Welcome! If you're a software developer, you already know how important it is to protect your work. So today, we're going to break down how to pick the perfect PC Guard edition for your software. We'll make sure you get the right defense right from the get-go.
Okay, so here's the game plan. We'll look at the 4 editions of PC Guard, then get to the big question. Is your app .NET or native? From there, we'll explore the specific path for each type. I'll show you a foolproof way to test your app, and then we'll wrap it all up with a quick summary to make your decision super easy. First things first, let's meet the PC Guard family. It comes in 4 different editions. Now, each one is built for a specific kind of development, but they all share the exact same goal: giving your software rock-solid protection. Now, what's really cool here is how well these editions work together. They all have the exact same set of protection features. Your project files? Totally interchangeable between them. And the licensing system is completely unified. That means different applications can share the same license, and you can even use a single activation code across them. That is a huge plus for keeping things simple. Okay, this brings us to what is probably the most important question you need to answer. It really all boils down to the technology you use to build your application. Your answer here sets the entire path forward. So it all comes down to this one question: what's your application built with? The answer separates the world into 2 camps: native Windows apps and those built on the .NET platform. And believe me, knowing which camp you're in will point you to the perfect tool for the job. Let's just quickly break down what that really means under the hood. So on one side, you have native apps. Think C++ or Delphi. They have compiled machine code that runs right on the metal. But on the other hand, you have .NET apps. These contain what's called intermediate language, or IL, and that code needs the .NET runtime, the CLR, to actually execute. It's this fundamental difference that explains why each one needs its own specific protection strategy. So if you're working with C#, VB.NET, or pretty much any other .NET language, this next part is for you. Let's dig into your options. All right, for .NET developers, the main thing is matching the edition to your target architecture. It's simple. If you're compiling for 32-bit systems, and that includes any POTS, you need PC Guard for .NET. If you're targeting 64-bit, you'll grab PC Guard for .NET 64. But here's the real kicker, a huge advantage. These .NET editions are super versatile. They don't just protect your .NET apps, they can also fully protect native 32-bit and 64-bit Windows apps too. Pretty great, right? Okay, before you jump in, there are a few important technical notes for a smooth process. First off, just be aware that PC Guard for .NET doesn't support web apps, ActiveX, or those single-file executables. Also, here's a crucial rule. If you protect a DLL, its main exe file has to be protected as well. You'll also need to turn off strong name signature verification before you apply protection, but don't worry, you can still digitally sign your app after it's all secured. And one last thing, just so you know, runtime encryption, or RTE, isn't an option for .NET applications. Now let's switch gears. If you're in the native camp, developing with tools like C++, Visual Basic, or Delphi, your decision is way more direct. For all you native developers out there, this is refreshingly simple. It's a direct one-to-one match. Building a 32-bit app, you use PC Guard for Win32. Building a 64-bit app, you use PC Guard for Win64. That's it. Simple as that. So, what if you're still not 100% sure? Maybe you're using a tool that just spits out an exe and you don't know its architecture. Well, thankfully, there's a definitive, absolutely foolproof way to figure it out. The best advice actually comes straight from the developers of PC Guard themselves. They just say, download the demo. It's simple, it's direct, and it takes all the guesswork out of the equation. It's really the most practical way to get a solid answer without having to dig through a bunch of project files. And the process honestly could not be easier. Just 3 simple steps. First, download the demo for Win32. Second, try to protect your application with it. And third, just see what it says. The demo is actually designed to be a diagnostic tool. It will analyze your app and tell you exactly which edition you need if the Win32 version isn't the right one. All right, we've covered a lot of ground. We've gone through the different paths and the ultimate demo test. So let's just do a quick recap of the key points to lock it all in and help you make that final decision with total confidence. So here's your final decision checklist. Start with the main question. Is your app native or .NET? Then, the next question, 32-bit or 64-bit? Don't forget that great advantage the .NET editions have. They pull double duty. No matter which you pick, you get all the same core features. And remember,
if you have any doubt at all, that Win32 demo test is your foolproof failsafe.
So at the end of the day, picking your PC Guard is not a guessing game. It's just a logical process. Once you know your app's technology and its architecture, you can pick the perfect tool for the job. Now that you've got a clear path forward, there's really only one question left to answer. Which edition are you going to choose to secure your next project?